Hello there, it's Jen109 and it is Friday, November the 3rd. I'm here live with you. I go live every Friday and I do a Stampin' Up card from start to finish, and I hope that you can join me. But the first thing I usually do is I do a draw for the card that I made the week before. So let me just show you. This is the card that I made the week before using this new stamp set that is coming out next Tuesday called Fluffiest Friends. As a demonstrator, I get it early. So I made this super little cute card, and I'm going to do a draw for that in just a second. And then I'll get started. Now, if you are not, I meant to grab this here. Let me just find it. If you're not part of my newsletter, if you're not getting my newsletter, well, I don't know where it is, but I've got a banner here. I'll put up a banner instead. One second. If you don't get my newsletter, then you're going to miss out on different updates, specials, things like the online exclusives that are coming out next week. So just go to my website, stampwithjen.com, and you can sign up right there for the newsletter. So I see I have a few people joining me. Hello, Vicky and Donna and Estelle. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. So I am going to just switch over and do the draw. And how you get in on the draw is to comment, like, or share. So if you comment, like, and share on this video, then you'll be in the draw for the card that I make today, next week, if that makes sense. So let me just share my screen here and just hold on for a second. It looks funny for a minute. And here we go. So anybody who comment, liked, and shared, they're automatically entered through this thing I use called Facebook Picker. And here we go. As long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can win. So Robin Allen, I know that you fit that. So Robin, congratulations. So let me just stop the share and jump back here to StreamYard. And I just wanted to show you something too with this card. I meant to show you this last week, but there's a cute little part of that stamp set. Here it is right here, the little flowers. So I actually decorated the envelope flap as well, a little bit on the front. So don't forget to do your envelopes. So Robin, that card is in the mail to you. This one had that cute little opening that we made with that flower. So, okay, so today's card is also using the same set because it's so cute. Fluffiest Friends. And I used this stamp set last week too called So Sincere because I used the happy birthday. Let me just bring this card back in for a second. That went down the side, which I really like. So there's a saying on here, a sympathy one, and I need, not a sympathy one, I hope you're feeling better. I need a few cards like that. So I love this little saying, I love the font. So I thought, well, let's do that. And then I also have this stamp set here called Sending Smiles. I'm actually not using the stamp set. I'm just using a piece of it, a piece of the dies. And I'm using this long piece here, which is meant for a nice little greeting. But what I've done is, and hold on, I should be having, yeah, I've got the right layout. Here we go. So hold on, let me get this out of here for a second. So you can see, I've pre-cut this just to make this easy, but this is what I did. I cut out that piece right there out of this piece of balmy blue. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. It's a little bit off to the right. That's all it is. So that's that piece. You could cut this with a paper trimmer. You would just want to, it's about 1/2 inch, I think. 1/4 of an inch. It's a 1/4 of an inch big, that opening. So you could just do with paper trim, one line, another line, and then cut it like that. But it's so much easier with a die. We used to have a punch that you could use for this, but we don't anymore. This is the only thing I could find that was going to do what I want for the kind of card I'm going to make. So that was from the Sending Smiles. So hello to Vila and to Paulette as well. Hello, hello. Okay, so let me get started with the stamps here. So I'm going to take a piece of basic white, and we'll just put that one over the side. I'm going to stamp this cute little bird from that stamp set, Fluffiest Friends. So on Tuesday on my website, I will put out the details of the current online exclusives. I've got a little flyer here that shows you some of them, but not all of them. So there's this one that I have here. There's a beautiful garden set and some really pretty papers that are also coming out, but there's more that we haven't even seen. The demonstrators are given a sneak peek on some of the things, but not all the things. So while I have this here and while I have the stamps here, I'm also going to stamp the actual greeting on here. I'm going to stamp it right onto the card. This is with Early Espresso ink. And it says, hope you're feeling better soon. So it's always nice to have a stamp that says that. So let me just hold that up there. Okay, I can get all these guys out of the way. Happy Friday to you too, Viola. Okay, so I'm going to color this little birdie, and I'll hold it up because I know it's very tiny to see. So I've got here Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to just color the breast here with the light marker, and then I'm going to take the dark one and just do a tiny bit of, oh, that's not a good marker. I guess I grabbed a really old one. I'll grab the end. You know, even when the tips get all frayed like that, the bullet tip of the marker still works just fine. So I've just done a little bit of outline there and then colored the beak as well. Okay, and then I'm going to color with As Your Afternoon. This is becoming one of my favorite brights colors for blues. It's just such a nice blue, and it looks very nice with the balmy blue. So these are our Blends alcohol markers if you're just joining me for the first time. They color very smoothly. And what I stamped with originally was the Memento Black ink from Stampin' Up. It is what you need so that when you color with the alcohol markers, you don't get any bleeding. So now I'm taking the dark As Your Afternoon, and I'm just going over some of the spots that might be darker, like around here and around here and the belly. And I'm not even going to blend those out because it's such a small area and I want those things to be more defined. So super cute little birdie there. And whoops, there goes the lid. We will find that after so the marker doesn't dry out. It's somewhere on my floor that is honestly not that clean. It's got lots of paper scraps and dimensional pieces. Do you guys have that too on your floors? I'm also going to take a balmy blue, and I have a reason for what I'm doing here. I'm just very messily going to color around the outside of this image. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to hold that up. All right. Let's see. Hello, Marg. Bill says, I love your ring. Oh, thank you very much. It was a ring I got on one of the Stampin' Up trips that I took. I always try to buy myself a little something when I go on a trip, and it's usually earrings is one of my favorite things. But I saw this ring and I loved it. I actually do have earrings that match it that I had to get the earrings too, of course. So that's the As Your Afternoon. So you can see it matches our little birdie. So thank you. And let me see here. I also have another piece. So this is 5 1/4 by 4, so that fits perfectly. That is the size that we're used to dealing with. And then I cut this one just a little bit smaller, and I'm going to show you why after. I want to put it here so I don't forget, because my sample doesn't have that, and I changed it. So I'm going to show you that. I have pre-stamped a little nest. So let me show you. So it is on ice. This is a nest from the stamp set. So I stamped on crumb cake with early espresso ink, and then I just die cut it out. Nice that it's easy to die cut. I also die cut out a branch already. And oh, sorry, I did 2. One that I put adhesive on and one that I didn't. And let me show you what I did here. So these are 2 pieces of cardstock, early espresso and granny apple green. I'm going to cut this one out with you. There was just lots to cut, so I didn't want to leave too much to cut. So this is the adhesive sheets from Stampin' Up. So I put this on the back. They just peel off. Let me just pull one out here so you can see. And you can actually just cut it to whatever size you need. So I just cut it down, and then I put it on the back of here. And then I cut one of these out on the adhesive sheet and one not, which I'll explain why in a few minutes. And then the other thing I did was I cut out 2 little circles here, and they're cut out with, I have it all here. These, you've seen these before. I love these. Probably my most versatile set of dies, Stylish Shapes in the main catalog for Stampin' Up. And this is just a piece of cardstock that comes with your designer series paper or whatever. So those are what those circles are cut out of, okay? I know, big mystery. What is she doing here? So let's finish the die cutting that I want to do first, and then we'll go to creating. So I'm going to bring my little mini guy in here. Mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I've got my plates. So that's plate 1, plate 2. Then I'm going to put my little bird in. I guess I gotta bring the dies back, don't I? Here we go, little birdie die. Now because this isn't magnetic, it's not going to hold that in place. Can you guys see that? It's just on the very edge of the screen. I'll move it up a little bit. So I've got here this tape, which is on my website under Jen Recommends, products that Stampin' Up doesn't sell, but it's removable tape, so it doesn't mark the cardstock, which is really nice. You could use a washi tape as well if you want. So I'm just trying to get this accurate, and then I'm going to just put a piece of tape down so it doesn't move on me while I'm cutting it. Putting the plate in, and when you cut with these plates, you need to just offset them a little bit so the top and the bottom plate are sticking out more. Okay, so here we go. Through the machine. Cut. Okay. And so we'll take that out. And then while I've got this here, I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green with the adhesive back on it. I'm going to stick it down. And then I'm going to grab my dies, and it comes with, put this up a little bit more, all of these little leaf images. And so I'm going to put down, this is my magnetic kitty cat bum that I just used to grab little ones, and I'm just going to put them all down here so that it'll be all adhesive. I don't need all of these, but I'll save them, seeing as I've got the sticky thing already down there. I'll just cut them all out at once. There's the grass that I used the last week too, so that's lots. So let's do that, and it doesn't matter if they move a little bit. So put them in. I think that was all I had to cut. I just wanted to show you some of it at least. And I'm going to check out your comments there in a second. I'm going to move this machine off to the side. I am totally moving this marker back here in front of me so I do not forget to look for that lid. Because those are alcohol markers. They will actually dry out on you. Okay, so I can see here that I've cut one off the edge, but that's okay, because we've got all these other ones. I'm going to put them all here on the side, and I will grab them all after and put them all away. Oh, and only a few of them actually are here. The rest of them are stuck in the dies. So here we go. Let me just take my Take a Pick tool and poke out the ones that are missing. Like I said, I only need a few, but I just want to have options. And sometimes the adhesive sheets are a great time saver, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's just as easy to put a glue dot down, because if you have to fiddle pulling off papers and things, sometimes you think, that would have been easier to just stick it down normally. So you can decide. I like it for really skinny things like the branches. So, okay, so there's our little birdie. Again, I'm going to put that over to the side so I don't lose it. My magnet's picking them all up, which is good. Okay, so I think I have all the bits and pieces I want. Let's see what you guys are saying there. Chef and Lisa say, Happy Friday. And so does Lakeside Linda. Hello. And Eileen. Hello. And Anna. Hello. Hello. And Marie, the little bird is so cute. And hello to Lisa too. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I've got this little piece here that I've die cut out. I've got my little nest. I've got some tree branches. I need one last thing. This is the cloud punch, which you can find in the Stampin' Up catalog, the main catalog. And I'm going to punch out 3 of those. Don't forget when you're punching to keep your fingers away from that button. That button is used to lock it so that way you can stand it on your shelf nicely, okay? So that was just a piece of scrap. And then I'm going to take my Balmy Blue, which is the same color as my background, and my sponge dauber. And I'm going to just add a little bit of blue all the way around. It might actually be easier to, whoops, which side was I sponging on? Doesn't matter. To do this in the air, then I can get it more over. I just want to make them a little less white, these clouds. That's quite blue. I'm not sure if I like that one as much. I meant to dab it off. We may use less of that one. I'll hold it up here so you can see. How about I hold them all up when I'm done? Dab off. And you could flip this anyway. I don't know why I flipped them all the same way as the punch, but there seems to be some order to that. Okay, so here they are. Here's my 3 clouds. You can see the one that I've sponged a little bit more. It actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, so we got that. So I'm gonna put this together. So has anybody guessed yet what kind of card I'm making? Does anyone know? Anyone who's been around a while may have seen this kind of card before. So I'm going to start with my peeling this piece off and making a branch. I'm going to wait to see if you guys can guess. And I'm going to tape this one on at the same time. So there's the adhesive part, just peels right off, makes that nice and sticky. So I'm going to make it come in like this. And I'm going to stick the nest sort of in like that. I want to make sure that it's kind of up in this area here, but maybe not quite that much. I'm going to go down just a little bit. Okay, and then we've got these cute little leaves that we die cut. I say we, like you guys did anything at all. You were cheering me on, right? So I'm going to stick those down. There's one. And I just grabbed both of the ones with 3 leaves for some reason, but that's cool. And let's put that one here. Okay, now the reason I didn't put a glue thing, an adhesive on here, is because I can't then flip this over, which is what I want to do. I want to flip it over. Okay, so it's going the opposite way. So this one I'm going to put, and there's a tiny ridge on here. You can kind of tell that this isn't the right way, but honestly, if anyone's looking that closely, they don't deserve your card. So I'm going to just put a few little dots, and that is the multi-purpose Tombow glue that I'm using. So this is another way to do it instead of, I think I'm going to make that one hang off a bit more, of using the sheet. You just have to hold it for a second until it cements, which is nice, is that it does give you a little bit of wiggle room if you need it. So let's grab another couple leaves here. Look at all the leaves I have. I can't believe it. And this is Granny Apple Green that I cut those out of, and the branches are cut out of Early Espresso. Okay, I'm going to cut that off after. So let's see, we got one more here. Let's put one more on there. Oh no, that'll be 4. We got to have 5. Got to have odd numbers, right? So let's try and put that one right there. And then let's do one more here. I'm trying to look at my original sample. What did I do? Oh, I see what I did. It's okay. It can be different. Let's put another one just in here. Okay, so let me just cut this piece off and show you where we're at so far, and then I'm going to look to see if you guys have guessed what I'm doing. Okay, so that's kind of cute so far, isn't it? Cute, cute, cute. I feel like I should build the whole thing before I build what it is. Someone says a slider card, a slider, someone thinks that slides. I need that humor. Oh, that's good, Phil. I'm glad you like my humor. Okay, so I think I will just go ahead. I think you guys are pretty close to guessing. It is something that moves. You got that part right. But it is not a slider. It is something else. And I haven't made one of these for a while. Notice I'm putting these offset here because we used to have to do these with pennies. And my American or other non-Canadian friends that are joining me might not know this, but Canada does not have pennies anymore. I'm just, this is, by the way, white and a white sponge dauber, and I'm just going to add a little bit of white here to make it look like it's just not a plain blue sky. Okay, so more kind of cloudy effect. So I'll hold that up because you probably can't see it. And then I have to trim off those clouds too. Whoops, that one didn't stick. Well, it stuck to my paper just fine. Here you, oh, it's because I put the glue in the middle and I needed it to be on the end. Okay, maybe I'm cutting these first and then I'm going to hold everything up and you can see. So yes, we have no pennies anymore. So I attempted what I'm about to do here with dimes and with nickels, and none of it worked. So I'll show you my solution. Well, you've probably already seen it because I'm showing you here that I'm using cardboard instead, which we all have. Okay, so let me hold this up so you can see. So here we go. already it's a cutie card. You can see the little splotches of white, little clouds. Okay, so I am going to make my little piece here, the mechanism. So I've got my 2 cardboard circles that I cut out, and I'm going to take, now this was the key I found to making this work because I played for a while, was a mini dimensional. And it's going to go right in the center of one of those. Here, let me put this on here so you can see it. Okay, so there's a mini dimensional right in here. And I'm going to take off the backing, and then I'm going to put another one. And this is because I want it to clear the nest. Quite literally, sticking to me. So I want it to be a little higher than normal. And there's like an optimum amount of space that you need around here to make this work. So I'm going to stick this on now. So now I've got my little mechanism. Basically just 2 little things. So I'm going to stick it in here and try it before I stick my bird on. So I'm just going to sort of open that up, stick that in, open that up and stick it in. So now what I want this to do is I want it to roll, to spin, because it is a spinner card. So it needs to clear there. Sometimes it takes a little bit of training here to get it going. Oh, there we go. I got a spin. You see that? It's spinning. Oh, it's sticking on that little spot right there. So let me just glue that spot down more, because it is obviously poking up a little bit. I'm just going to take my liquid glue here and add a little bit of glue. Okay. A nesting card. That's a good one too. I like it. Okay, so I'm just holding that down. I got a little seepage, so we'll just leave that. Okay, and I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to stick this on here just so that this thing remains blue. Now, don't forget here that I've got a double dimensional on here. So in order to make this work, I've got to put a double dimensional on here too. So it will clear this and still spin. Very complicated, eh? Oof. I'm doing a complicated card this week, but it's seriously not complicated once you have sort of the breakdown. The mechanism is probably the hardest part, and then you can make spin whatever you want. I just thought the little birdie was going to be cute, super cute to spin, but it could be a little airplane or whatever you want to spin. I'm going to add my double dimensionals on here. So I just took the backings off so it'll be nice and sticky. And then sticking this on here, and these dimensionals are just a little bit higher than the mini ones, so it'll actually work in our favor. Okay, so now we got these double dimensionals. I'll pull the back off. Oops, those ones are a little offset. Hopefully they're going to be okay. Okay, so I'm going to stick this on. You know what? I'm going to stick it on here like so. I just don't want it to show from the front of the card. Okay, so here we go. Let me just give this a whirl again. Now we've got this stuck down further and this in the back. It's spinning. There we go. Or it's at least moving. So now I'm going to take the birdie and I'm going to put, oh, I almost forgot. Let me grab my foamy blue again. I'm going to just color this too. I had trouble finding a shape that didn't have some sort of dotted or something on it. This was the best I could do. I've just colored it blue. You know what? I better give that a minute to dry. So you know what I'll do is I'll stick everything together. This is really risky, sticking it together when I haven't even tried it. I'm going to take my chances that it's going to be okay. Okay, so here we go. Lots of tape because that's heavy. Okay. I'm going to stick this on here. You might get my head in here for a second. Line it all up. Okay, does that feel dry? That feels dry. Okay, so we're going to stick a dimensional on the back of the birdie. I'm going to center it as much as possible. When you do this, you do want a piece that is sort of circular, so it doesn't affect the weight. I'm actually going to leave the feet on. In my sample, I took them off, so I'll show you both after. So let's hope that that doesn't affect it too. So if it does, if it's not rolling nice, I might have to chop the birdie's feet off. So first of all, super cute already, right? So here we go. Oh, I hope that's not sticky there. Okay, let's see. Let's just get it rolling. It's getting stuck right there. Okay, so it's in the nest, and then it's not feeling so good, so it falls out of the nest. Come on, you. It's not cooperating for me. I may just need to get it rolling here. Anyways, and then we hope it goes back in the nest to feel better. Let me show you my other one so you can see that it was actually rolling. So in this one, you can see I didn't add that other piece of blue. So you've got that blue. So that's why I changed that so it would look all blue. But this one is spinning, she said. There we go. It's sliding, spinning. Whee! There you go. See it spin? I hope you can see it. It's spinning. Okay, so this one just maybe need a little bit of training because I may have just put something too sticky there. Let's go. Come on. I'll work on this one and get it working. I may have to peel this little mechanism out and redo it, but you can see it. At least it'll slide at the very least. There we go. So how cute is that? I also put Wing Stella on this one. I don't know if you can see the glitter all over that little birdie there. So I'll probably do that on this one here too. Let me just do that, and then I'm going to check your comments. So there you go. Is a it's similar to a slider card. It's called a spinner card instead of a slider, because that little thing is supposed to turn using my little mechanism. And so if you have any pennies, keep them because they're actually perfect to use that. The weight of the penny is actually quite good. And the other thing I've used before, and just hold on, I've got some here. I was asking my husband if he had anything in his truck. These are little washers. Those would also work. I didn't try because I only had 2, and then I wouldn't have been able to show you, but I may take this guy out and change it to washers. So these are just washers you could buy at a hardware store. But again, it's the weight a little bit that will help that to spin. So you know what, maybe I'll just do it right now while we're here. So Renee says, very cute card. What a fun card. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. So smart. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. So I'm going to just play doctor here. And I'm going to take this out. So if you got any comments, let me know. If you need to go, that's fine. Just remember to comment, like, and share. And let's see if I can get this out without wrecking it completely. Okay, so I'm going to change this out. This is crafting on the fly. What do you think? Now, I wonder, those are really small. This little dimensional is going to go right through there. Let's see. You're getting to see the real live creation here. But my other one did work, so it's probably just that maybe that one dimensional that slipped. There could be anything that would make that not work as well. Yeah, this one's going right into that groove, which is not really great. I'm going to play with this off camera and figure it out and let you know. But like I said, this one is working. So I think it's just making sure everything is lined up, and it's so cute. And the worst case scenario is it would just be a slider as opposed to a spinner. So anyways, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and kudos on my design. I had fun with it. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you again next week. Don't forget to check out my website for this on Tuesday when it comes live, along with some other online exclusives. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye now.